Watching Jim Cott, Mudcat Grant, Bob Allison, and Harmon Killebrew play for the Twins.
The world champion Kansas City Royals in '85 and hoping for the same this year with Atlanta.
And he lines it to left to Gladden. He staggered from the lights. He staggered with the lights trying to get him, but he made the catch, and that's the way this one starts.
And Jack talked about the ceiling.
Second pennant for him as the manager of Minnesota. Put out by way of first base after the strikeout.
One of the pioneers of the split finger fastball.
Harper had to throw him out. Here's Pendleton. Hits one to Gagne. High but out. Down and on to go the Braves. Up come the Twins. You'll hear some noise now. No score after 1/2 inning. As a starter in postseason play.
Defensively for the Atlanta Braves, we mentioned they could have problems.
These spectators torture each other with the racket they make.
That's where the noise goes.
Gladden pops it up, and the first baseman, Sid Bream, wants that foul ball. So no base runners thus far. Base hit, first of the night. There goes the runner. A strikeout, and the runner down to second base with 2 out.
Now we talked about the high leg kick.
Back to the pitcher. One left for the Twins, and we have a scoreless first inning in the first game. So he's used to the pressure that goes with it. High in the air to left center for Gladden. Still Garrett carrying in front of the fence. He's got it. That's typical of Justice to the opposite field. Here in Minneapolis, part of the Twin Cities. No scorer in the second inning. To the second baseman. Oh! This is a very bouncy turf, and Knobloch got fooled by that one. He thought he was going to get it. A hit for Gant. Sid Bream hits one that's playable for Gladden in left. 2 out. Too big a lead for Gant, but he's going, and the ball hit back to the pitcher. And the Braves have not scored in 2 innings. They get a hit, they lead 1 after an inning and a half. No score, wave those Yankees.
And then Kansas City scoring 2 on a Dane Orge pinch hit in the bottom of the 9th, and Kansas City won 2-1 and then won the series the next night.
That's a hit into the right field corner. He'll get 2.
Sure is.
This is a double play, folks. Let's go down to Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Steve Palermo, an inspiration to all of us. Back to you guys.
That was some moment. 2 men out in the inning, and a half swing and a ground ball for Treadway. Ahead of double play, nobody left. We played 2, no score. $55,108 the paid attendance here this evening. Up the middle and a hit for Greg Olson in his hometown.
Greg from Edina, Minnesota. He lives 20 minutes from the ballpark. He's probably thinking 1 run's a crooked number rally.
And a good bunt by Belliard. Tagged by Jack Morris. Sacrifice is good. To deep short, cut off by Leas. Good play. For the second out as Olsen moves to third. Ordinary in the running department. Got him again. And he had to be thrown out at first again. We'll return to Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome after this message and a word from your local station.
And then 3 league championship series. You never forget them. You know them pitch by pitch.
To the first baseman, Sid Bream, unassisted. We asked Vince Scully his fondest memory of a particular World Series.
Of course, they've won several since moving to Los Angeles in 1958.
A late swing, and Leibrandt gets his second strikeout. There's been no walks in this game, but there is one now. Runner going. Too late.
Has a stopwatch that he uses in the dugout.
Leibrandt ahead on the count. Knobloch gets a hit. They've got to play at the plate. 1-0 Minnesota. And Knobloch is tagged out. He gets his second hit. He drives in the first run. And then he is cut down, but after 3, the Twins have broken on top 1-0. And Morris knocks it down. Good play. Shades of the All-Star game where he's almost struck by the batter. And a walk, and it's the first by Jack Morris. Let's join Jim Cott down below.
He just pushed it to right for the only run of the ball game, scoring Gladden.
Gant swings and hits it deep. At the track and at the wall. Puckett wants it and gets it.
That's the one thing, the one luxury you can afford on the artificial surface.
Bream hits it in the left. Gladden chasing it. And a fair ball, and the inning is over. Atlanta stranded 2. Got him again. Second time that Puckett has fanned tonight. 3 of them for Leibrandt. Davis hits it to Pendleton for the second out. Leibrandt's had the atom ball going for him this evening. He'll put himself in the hole.
He likes to get you out of the strike zone.
And another hit for Harper, his second of the night.
That's an interesting point that you just brought up, Jack, because if you are patient early in the count, as the Twins bullpen has been.
Into right field for Justice. Looks like he's going to handle it, and 4 innings have been played. 1 left for the Twins. Second man they've stranded, but they lead 1-0. A dozen home runs during the year. And he hit that one for Gladden to handle. 1 out.
and McNally, the Yankees, Rudy May, Tommy John, and Ron Guidry.
A walk to Olson, who reaches base for the second time, and that's the second walk by the Minnesota pitcher.
The shortstop,
Belliard hitting ninth. Double play ball maybe. Gagne, 2. Braves have been blanked and trail 1-0, bottom of the 5th.
Fastball speed through the hitting area, whereas Leibrandt lost speed through the hitting area.
A hit for Herbeck. And it goes deep. He's going to get 2.
That's why Leas had such a tough time hitting that ball to the right side.
And a base hit. The runner stops at third. First and third, nobody out. Pretty well hit. This ball is going to go. Garver talked about it earlier, that you pay all the attention to the other sluggers and you forget about Gagne. To the second baseman, Treadway. Bobbles it, grabs it, throws it, missed it.
Difference is, in Atlanta, the noise has someplace to go. Here it doesn't.
Runner not going. Ball 4. Let's go down to Jim Cott for an audio report here in Game 1 of the World Series.
Well, Jack and Tim, one individual on the Minnesota Twins team, and you're looking at it.
Gant has it. The runner tags at second, goes to third. First and third, 1 out. Runner goes from first. Ball 3. Stolen base, second and third with 1 out.
Third, first to get him back, and then throw through.
Now they're going to walk Davis. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Here's some more from Jim Cott. Into left field, and Hunter with an excellent play. A late tag by the runner, and he is out to end the inning as Olson held the ball. So we end up with a 3-run fifth for Minnesota. And it wasn't very good base running by Dan Gladden.
Bad base running, as a matter of fact. You got to score on this ball. He didn't.
We'll return to the Metrodome after this message and a word from your local station.
To third base, he scores easily. Poor base running by Dan Gladden.
Now the leadoff man is gone. The top of the order in the 6th. Lonnie Smith out 4-3.
As you see, Dan Gladden coming in spikes high, flaming spikes.
Morris has blanked Atlanta on 2 hits, 2 walks, and he enjoys a 4-0 lead. And a hit for Treadway. A 1-out single by the Atlanta second baseman.
The third baseman, Terry Compton.
Trying to get the better of the Braves here. Popped him up for the 2nd out. Second baseman wants it. And 2 out. Let's go down to Jim Cott.
Well, a long time between pitches. We were talking about Jack Morris's fastball. He'll flop one of those in there, a changeup that ends up about 58 miles an hour.
Here is a base hit for David Justice. And Treadway stops at second with 2 out. 2 hits in the inning. You stay with us down there, Jim. We'll get to you. And that ball is a base hit and past Gladden, and Atlanta gets a run. And they send Justice. Now they hold him up on a double by Gant or a single and an error. And hit that ball hard. 4-1. You're out. Pitch over the inside corner. Morris gets another strikeout, and it's 4-1 in the middle of the 6th.
Julio Franco hit higher in the second half in the American League.
1 to Treadway. And 1 out. Let's rejoin Jim Cott.
Well, Jack and Tim, you mentioned about Jack Morris's fastball. How
Did he hit it good enough? He certainly did. Herbeck enjoys the moment. To the shortstop, Belliard. 2 out. Now Urillo, the pinch hitter, a hero earlier in the playoff against Toronto, is out. Twins fans, a lot to cheer about. Another one for Belliard. Good play to his left. We've played 6 innings, but each team scored a run in the 5th. And the Twins lead by 4, 5-1.
Remarkable running back for Detroit, and Jack Morris for so many years a remarkable pitcher for the Tigers.
This one to deep short. Gagne got him. Nothing to it. And he will bat for Belliard. Popped up, and there is a play for the third baseman, Pagliarulo. Fair ball, 2 out. Bowser pops it up behind short. Gladden wants it. Down in order in the 7th. Go the Braves, and they trail by 4.
But you could see the delay by Gladden, a bad base running mistake. And then coming into Olsen, he held the spike high. Watch where the spike is, and he slams in not only to his glove hand. Mark Wohler's 21 also.
There goes the runner. Olsen's throw. Got him. And a fine tag by Blauser at short.
Boy, that was a terrific tag by Jeff Blauser, the throw into the dirt. Gladden may have been in there, but a fine play, and the ball beat him. Close enough to call him out.
Look out. Up the middle to Blauser, but he couldn't handle it. And Breen saves it. It's probably a hit for Knobloch. If so, his 3rd hit. One out and no other play as Knobloch went in hard at Blauser. Some double play combinations would have pulled off 2 there, Tim, I think. And a strikeout for Wohlers, his 1st. 1 left for the Braves, their 5th. Or excuse me, for the Twins, their 5th, and we played 7, and it's 5-1 with Minnesota on top. Well, the Braves get their leadoff man on. Third walk for Morris.
We have seen the Greg Gagne home run, and after doubling his second time up.
A walk to Smith. Playing behind the runner at first, and ball 4. That's 4 walks by Jack Morris. Here is Jim Cott. And Highland Park. 2 on and nobody out. Braves trailing 5-1, and a hard hit ball to Knobloch. They get 1, 2. Earned runs in more than 2 full games. Ball for the third walk of the inning. How important was that double play? 2 on, 2 out.
Eighth inning, Rick Aguilera, their stopper, 42 saves on the year, and to give you some idea, fastball away.
And into left field, and that's a hit and another run for Atlanta. And the tying run will come up. Gant gets his 3rd hit of the night. Drives home a run, makes it 5-2. Lonnie Smith crossed the plate. That run charged to Jack Morris, the starter. He's on a fly ball to deep center. Now it's Bream 0 for 3, tying run at the dish. And he popped it up into center for Puckett. That takes care of the Braves in the 8th inning. The Twins' lead has been cut to 5-2. He is the 4th hurler of the night. Leibrandt, Clancy, Wohlers. Batter is Brian Hunter. And an aggressive play by Pendleton, and he got him. Harper is 2 for 4. Pendleton knew who was running. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And down he goes, and he's 0 for 4, and Stanton has taken care of the first 2. Strike 3 called, and Stanton has a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. The Braves have a good hitter to lead it off. That's going to be Brian Hunter. They'll go into the 9th, trailing by 3. Anything untoward goes on down in the field. And to the shortstop, Gagne, for the first out in the 9th. Gagne scoops. 2 out. Let's go down to Jim Cott to talk about Gagne.
Well, probably the key pitch out of a couple of 100.
That ball into left for Gladden. And the Twins have won the first game 5-2.